Listen closely, because what you're about to hear could save you from a $50,000 mistake. Every year, millions of people walk into a dealership thinking they're buying reliability, but they're really buying a ticking time bomb. That salesman shaking your hand. He'll smile the same way whether you drive off in a masterpiece or a mechanical disaster. But deep inside Consumer Reports data, decades of owner complaints, breakdowns, and repair histories, there's a truth the car companies don't want you to see. A truth that separates the legends from the lemons. And when you cut through the glossy ads and fake reviews, 7 SUVs emerge. Machines so durable, so precisely engineered, they practically refuse to die. Now, here's the twist. The #1 SUV on this list doesn't just outperform its rivals, it redefines what reliability means. So buckle up, because once you see what takes the top spot, you'll never look at your garage the same way again. Let's start at number 7 with a vehicle that's been quietly dominating the compact SUV segment for so long that people forget how remarkable it actually is. The Honda CR-V. Now, I know the CR-V isn't sexy. It's not going to make your neighbors jealous. But you know what it will do? It will start every single morning for the next 15 years without drama. Here's what makes the CR-V special. Honda has been perfecting this thing since the 90s, and they've learned something that most automakers haven't figured out yet. Reliability isn't about cramming in every possible feature. It's about building something right and then leaving it alone. The CR-V uses proven technology. That K24 engine in the older models, bulletproof, 250,000 miles? No problem. The newer turbocharged engines, they've actually proven even more reliable because Honda tested the living daylights out of them before putting them in your driveway. Consumer Reports data shows something fascinating about the CR-V. Its repair costs are literally half of what you'd spend on some competitors. Think about that. Over 10 years of ownership, that's thousands of dollars staying in your pocket instead of disappearing into a service bay. And it's not just about saving money on repairs. It's about not having repairs in the first place. CR-V owners report something that sounds almost boring, but it's actually magical. Nothing goes wrong. The car just works. Day after day, year after year, it just works. The driving experience isn't going to blow your mind, but that's kind of the point. The CR-V is comfortable, quiet enough, and handles better than you'd expect. The steering actually has some feel to it, which is rare these days. And here's something most reviews won't tell you. After 5 years, when other SUVs start feeling loose and rattly, the CR-V still feels tight. The doors still close with that satisfying thunk. The dashboard doesn't develop any creaks. It's like Honda knows how to build a car that ages gracefully instead of falling apart the moment the warranty expires. The interior space is genuinely impressive. You can fit actual adults in the back seat without them hating you. The cargo area swallows everything from Costco runs to camping gear. And those rear seats? They fold completely flat with one smooth motion. No wrestling, no complicated levers, just pull a strap and boom, instant cargo van. But here's where the CR-V really shines. Resale value. You know how most cars lose 30% of their value the moment you drive off the lot? The CR-V doesn't play that game. These things hold their value like gold bullion. I've seen 5-year-old CR-Vs selling for 70% of their original price. That's insane. That means your total cost of ownership is actually lower than buying a cheaper, less reliable SUV. Do the math. It actually costs you less money to buy the better vehicle. How often does that happen in life? Moving to number 6, we've got something completely different. The Subaru Outback. Now, technically, some people argue whether the Outback is an SUV or a wagon. And you know what? Who cares? Consumer Reports loves it, owners are obsessed with it, and it does everything an SUV should do while being easier to park than most sedans. The Outback is like that friend who never complains and always shows up when you need them. It's not flashy, it's not trying to impress anyone, but man, is it competent. That Boxer engine? It's weird, it's quirky, and it runs forever. I'm talking 300,000 miles without breaking a sweat. And that symmetrical all-wheel drive system? It's not some electronic gimmick that only works when the computer feels like cooperating. It's mechanical, it's always on, and it'll get you through snowstorms that leave other SUVs stuck in parking lots. Here's what Outback owners always say. It just goes. Doesn't matter if it's sunny, raining, snowing, or the apocalypse. The Outback just goes. You point it somewhere, and it gets there. No drama, no excuses, it just handles whatever you throw at it. And the visibility? It's like sitting in a glass house. You can actually see out of this thing, which apparently is a revolutionary concept in modern car design. The driving experience is surprisingly good, like way better than you'd expect from something that looks like a slightly lifted wagon. The steering is communicative, the handling is balanced, and the ride quality manages to be both comfortable and controlled at the same time. It soaks up bumps without feeling floaty or disconnected. And that ground clearance? You've got almost 9 inches, which means you can actually use those forest service roads without destroying your undercarriage. The interior is practical in the best possible way. No gimmicks, no unnecessary complications, just smart design. Everything is exactly where it should be. The cargo area is massive and square, so you can actually fit stuff in it instead of dealing with those weird sloped roofs that waste half the space. And the rear seats, they fold down to create a completely flat load floor that's perfect for everything from furniture to sleeping bags. Consumer Reports owner surveys show something interesting about Outback buyers. They're not just satisfied, they're loyal, like cult member loyal. These people buy Outbacks, drive them forever, and then buy another Outback. That tells you everything you need to know. When people who actually own a vehicle love it enough to buy the same thing again, that's the ultimate endorsement. Number 5 brings us to the Toyota RAV4, and honestly, this is where things get serious. The RAV4 isn't just reliable, it's legendary. This is the SUV that other automakers study, trying to figure out what Toyota knows that they don't. And here's the secret. Toyota builds the RAV4 like they're trying to prove something. Like they're personally offended by the idea of a vehicle breaking down. The reliability numbers on the RAV4 are almost ridiculous. Consumer Reports shows repair rates so low that they're basically statistical noise. And we're not talking about new vehicles with 50,000 miles. We're talking about RAV4s with 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles that are still running like they're fresh off the assembly line. The hybrid version, even better. Turns out, adding an electric motor and battery somehow makes these things even more reliable while also getting close to 50 miles per gallon. That's not supposed to be possible, but Toyota doesn't care about what's supposed to be possible. Here's what kills me about the RAV4. It's not exciting. It doesn't have a fancy badge. The interior isn't going to win any design awards. But you know what? After 5 years, when your friend's luxury SUV is having its 3rd major repair and your other friend's domestic SUV is burning oil like a 2-stroke engine, your RAV4 is still just quietly doing its job without complaint. No warning lights, no weird noises, no surprise repair bills. Just reliable, boring, perfect transportation. The driving experience is exactly what it needs to be. Comfortable enough for long road trips, competent enough for daily commuting, and confident enough that you're not scared when the weather gets nasty. The visibility is excellent, the controls are intuitive, and everything just makes sense. It's like Toyota asked themselves what an SUV should do, and then they did exactly that without overthinking it. The space inside is impressive. Real adults fit in the back seat. The cargo area actually holds groceries without playing Tetris. And when you fold those rear seats down, you've got enough room to move a small apartment. The materials aren't fancy, but they're durable. This is a vehicle designed to still look decent after a decade of kids, dogs, and life happening inside it. And then there's the resale value. Sweet mercy, the resale value. RAV4s depreciate slower than almost anything on the road. I've seen people sell 10-year-old RAV4s for prices that make used car dealers weep. That hybrid badge? Even better. Those things are like automotive Bitcoin, except actually useful and not just speculation. The total cost of ownership on a RAV4 is so low that buying anything cheaper is actually more expensive in the long run. Let that sink in. Now we're getting into the luxury territory with number 4, the Lexus RX. And here's where things get interesting because the RX proves something important. You can have luxury and reliability at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive. You don't have to choose between leather seats and actually getting to work on time. The RX is basically a Toyota in a tuxedo, and I mean that as the highest compliment possible. It's got all that legendary Toyota reliability, but wrapped in a package that feels genuinely premium. That interior? It's not just nice, It's legitimately luxurious. Real leather, real wood, real attention to detail. But unlike some luxury brands where everything feels fragile, the RX feels like it's built to last. Those leather seats, they're not going to crack and peel after 3 years. That wood trim, it's not going to start delaminating. Everything feels substantial and permanent. The reliability is shocking for a luxury vehicle. Consumer Reports data shows the RX matching or beating mainstream brands for dependability. Think about that. You're getting a luxury SUV that's more reliable than most regular cars. The hybrid version is particularly impressive, delivering nearly 40 miles per gallon combined, while being smoother and quieter than the regular version. And somehow, adding all that hybrid complexity makes it more reliable, not less. Only Toyota could pull that off. The driving experience is where the RX justifies its price tag. This thing is quiet, like library quiet. The sound insulation is so good that you forget there's a world outside. The ride quality is absolutely sublime, just floating over road imperfections like they don't exist. But here's the clever part. It does all this without feeling disconnected or numb. The steering still has weight and precision. The handling is composed and predictable. It's comfortable without being boring. The interior space is generous without being excessive. The front seats are supremely comfortable with excellent support and adjustment range. The back seat actually fits adults comfortably, which is rarer in luxury SUVs than you'd think. And the cargo area, while not massive, is thoughtfully designed with a low load floor and convenient tie-downs. Owner satisfaction surveys show RX buyers are exceptionally happy with their purchase. They love the combination of luxury, reliability, and value. Because here's the thing, while the RX isn't cheap, it's actually a better value than most luxury SUVs. It won't nickel and dime you with constant repairs. It holds its value remarkably well, and it'll still be running strong long after flashier competitors have been traded in out of frustration. At number 3, we've got the Mazda CX-50, and this one's a bit of a wild card. It's newer than most of this list, so we don't have decades of data, but what we do have is extremely promising. The CX-50 is what happens when a company decides to actually care about how a car drives, instead of just checking boxes on a features list. The reliability data so far is excellent. Consumer Reports shows low repair rates and high owner satisfaction. That Skyactiv engine technology is proven and durable, delivering good power and efficiency without complexity. And here's something crucial. The transmission is a regular automatic, not a CVT that sounds like a dying robot and fails at 90,000 miles. An actual automatic with gears that shift like transmissions are supposed to shift. But the driving experience is where the CX-50 really sets itself apart. This thing is fun to drive. Like, genuinely enjoyable in a way that most SUVs aren't. The steering is sharp and communicative. The handling is balanced and confidence-inspiring. The suspension manages to be both comfortable and sporty at the same time. It's like Mazda remembered that people actually have to drive these things every day, and maybe, just maybe, driving should be pleasant instead of a chore. The interior is beautifully designed with high-quality materials and excellent fit and finish. Nothing squeaks, nothing rattles, everything feels solid and well-assembled. The infotainment system is actually usable, which puts it ahead of about 70% of new cars. And the driving position is perfect, with excellent visibility and intuitive control placement. The practicality is solid too. Plenty of cargo space, comfortable seating for 5, and enough ground clearance to handle rough roads without drama. It's not trying to be a hardcore off-roader, but it'll handle camping trips and dirt roads without complaint. Owner satisfaction is high because the CX-50 delivers on its promises without gimmicks or compromises. It's a vehicle that respects your time and money by being well-built and thoughtfully designed. The resale value is building a strong reputation as more people discover what CX-50 owners already know. This is one of the best compact SUVs you can buy. Number 2 brings us to the Toyota Highlander, and if you need 3 rows of seating, the search basically ends here. The Highlander is the gold standard for family SUVs, combining space, reliability, and value in a package that makes sense for real families with real needs. The reliability is extraordinary. Consumer Reports data shows the Highlander with some of the lowest repair rates in the entire automotive industry. That V6 engine is smooth, powerful, and seemingly immortal. 300,000 miles. That's just getting broken in. The hybrid version offers even better reliability while delivering fuel economy that seems impossible for something this big. We're talking mid-30s MPG in a 3-row SUV. That shouldn't be possible, but Toyota made it happen. The driving experience is comfortable and confidence inspiring. The ride quality is excellent, soaking up bumps without harshness while maintaining good body control. The steering is well weighted and responsive. The handling is predictable and stable. It's not trying to be sporty, it's trying to be competent, and it absolutely nails that mission. But the real story is the interior space. All 3 rows are genuinely usable. Not just technically usable, but actually comfortable for real humans on real road trips. The second row has excellent legroom. The third row can fit actual adults without requiring them to be contortionists. And when you're not using that third row, it folds flat to create a massive cargo area. The interior quality is impressive with durable materials and smart design throughout. Everything feels built to withstand the chaos of family life. Spilled juice boxes, dropped goldfish crackers, muddy soccer cleats. The Highlander takes it all in stride, and the controls are intuitive enough that you don't need a PhD to adjust the climate control or find a radio station. Owner satisfaction is through the roof. Families love the Highlander because it does exactly what they need without drama or disappointment. It's spacious, reliable, comfortable, and practical. What more could you want from a family vehicle? The resale value is exceptional. Highlanders hold their value better than almost any 3-row SUV on the market. That means lower total cost of ownership despite a reasonable purchase price. Insurance is manageable, fuel economy is good, especially in the hybrid, and repair costs are minimal. It's the smart choice that also happens to be the easy choice. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The #1 SUV on Consumer Reports list. The absolute pinnacle of reliability, luxury, and capability combined into one package. The Lexus GX. The GX is what happens when Lexus takes Toyota's legendary reliability, adds genuine luxury, and wraps it all in a body-on-frame platform that's actually designed to last forever. This isn't some unibody crossover pretending to be tough. This is a real SUV with a real frame and real capability, but finished to luxury standards that would make a Mercedes jealous. The reliability is legendary. Consumer Reports shows the GX with repair rates so low they're almost non-existent. That V8 engine is a masterpiece of engineering, delivering smooth, effortless power while being about as reliable as gravity. These engines are known for running for 500,000 miles without major issues. The mechanical simplicity and proven technology mean longevity without compromise. The driving experience is sublime. The ride quality is exceptional, isolating passengers from the outside world while still maintaining control and composure. The steering is precise and well-weighted. The handling is stable and predictable. And the interior, it's genuinely luxurious, with real leather, real wood, and real attention to detail. This isn't fake luxury with plastic bits trying to look fancy. This is the real deal. But here's what makes the GX special. It combines all that luxury and reliability with genuine off-road capability. This thing has serious approach and departure angles, legitimate ground clearance, and a 4-wheel drive system that actually works. You can take this to the opera on Saturday and through a creek bed on Sunday. How many vehicles can honestly claim that? The interior space is generous with comfortable seating for up to 7, depending on configuration. The cargo area is useful despite the luxury positioning, and the overall design is timeless and elegant, avoiding trendy styling that'll look dated in 5 years. Owner satisfaction is exceptional. GX owners rave about the reliability, luxury, capability, and overall quality. They report that the GX exceeds expectations in every category. And the resale value? These things are worth their weight in gold on the used market. The combination of legendary reliability, luxury features, and strong brand reputation creates exceptional residual values. So there you have it. 7 SUVs that represent the absolute best the automotive industry has to offer. From the practical Honda CR-V to the luxurious Lexus GX, these vehicles share common traits that earn their Consumer Reports approval. Exceptional reliability that saves you thousands in repair costs. High owner satisfaction with enthusiastic recommendations. Strong resale values ensuring reasonable total cost of ownership. And quality construction that prioritizes durability over short-term profits. If you're shopping for an SUV and want to make a smart decision based on actual data instead of marketing hype, these are the 7 vehicles you should seriously consider. Test drive them all if possible, but recognize that any of these 7 will provide years of reliable, satisfying transportation. The choice depends on your specific needs for size, features, and budget, not on reliability or quality concerns. Here's the bottom line. The money you save by choosing one of these vehicles will more than justify any price premium. Consumer Reports' decades of data prove these 7 consistently outperform alternatives by significant margins. Your future self will thank you for making a data-driven decision based on real-world ownership experience rather than empty marketing promises. Because at the end of the day, the best SUV isn't the one with the fanciest commercials or the coolest features. It's the one that starts every morning and gets you where you need to go without drama, without excuses, and without emptying your wallet. These 7 do exactly that. Choose wisely.